All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Great to see you guys all here. How's everybody doing? Did you have a very good weekend? Did you have a quiet weekend? Did you get your homework done? Because we're going over it. So for those of you that are brand new and coming in, my name is Lynn Carrillo, and I am your hostess for the next little bit. We're going to go through. We're going to have actually quite a bit this week because one of the things we're going to start driving this week is numbers. And when I say numbers, what I want everybody to kind of grasp a concept of is if we start doing a certain amount of work every single day, it starts to accumulate. And by accumulating, you are building momentum. And within the next 90 days, if you actually are doing your numbers and reporting them to your partner and the partner's reporting them to you, you guys are now going to start driving to where you're going to be building some income. What will also end up happening is we'll start to identify maybe where there's breakdowns as far as knowing what to do, how to do, things of that nature. If you ever get into a rut, we'll be able to break through on the rut so that way you can keep moving forward. So as we start this week off, what I want you guys to identify with me is the fact that there are certain skill sets you have to have. And we went through a lot of them last week as far as sales and kind of sales 101, how to do things. But also what we also want to look at is knowing when you're talking to somebody, when you're getting your numbers out, how to get the most out of them. And so one of the things that we're going to start talking about today, and I want you guys to really look at what we're going over today, because this is your absolute foundation no matter what company you're with, no matter what product you're selling. If you understand what we're going to go over today, you are bulletproof. And being bulletproof allows you to stand on your own without having to worry about somebody being there to assist you. One thing that I would love to make sure that everybody has as we move forward is the ability, if I fell off the planet, if Jerry isn't here, if Doc's not here, if we're not here for you, that you could still make money tomorrow. And so what I want you guys to do for me today is just kind of really engage with me as far as, actually this whole week, with your numbers. Make sure you're keeping track of everything. If you have any questions, make sure we're getting them answered. That's what these meetings are for, is so that you guys can get your questions answered and we can make sure we're going forward. All right. So let's go through real quick. How many of you actually have your homework done? I've actually gotten some emails from a few of you as far as your whys. Very, very, very powerful whys, by the way. I haven't been able to answer back to everybody, but very powerful whys. It was pretty cool. Let's see here. Preston, you did? Yeah, Preston, you and I had a conversation, which is very good. You've got a good drive going too. You've got a good powerful why. You also want to make sure that for those of you that have your whys down, make sure your partner knows what your whys are. Okay. And the other thing I want you guys to make sure that your partners are doing and you're doing for your partner, remember how we said it's a no excuse method, right? The no excuse method is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why you show up. It doesn't matter why you didn't do it. It doesn't matter. Either you did or you didn't. And if you didn't, that's okay. One way or the other, because the only one that it affects is you. So what you're going to allow your partner to do is when you're talking to them is you want to make sure that let's say for instance, oh, I didn't do this, or I didn't do my homework because my kid spilled coffee all over my computer. It doesn't matter. Do you have them or not? And if you don't, okay, then go get it done and we'll talk about it tomorrow. That's how that works. Okay, and so as you guys are working with your partners and you're working through your whys, the other thing for your partner, for you guys to work with together, is when there's a downtime, when you're really having that struggle point, you want to pull the why in. So when I have my hard time, right, my partner, the first thing he tells me is, where's your kid at? Go look at your kid and tell him that it's not going to get done today. Because that's the one thing I won't do. I will not allow my kid to be affected, right? So unless it's in a positive way. So those are the things that it's kind of harsh. When you're with your partner, the cool part is a business partner will tell you reality. They don't sugarcoat it. They're not rude. You don't want to be rude about it, but you don't sugarcoat it. It's not the place where you can, it's not the wine zone, right? I always say what your husbands and wives are for. but really it's not. That's where it gets kind of a little nitty gritty, right? And so with your partner and your why, make sure you guys are sharing that with one another, and make sure that it's not in a place where it's the wine zone, all right? And there's no excuses for it. So if you're going to really do this, how many of you guys really want to be like the leader of the leaders? Some people don't care nothing about it, but if you are, give me a yes just so I can identify you. If you want to be the leader of the leaders, there's a certain habit that you have to carry. And there's complaints are not allowed, especially of the leaders, because if you're complaining, if you're good morning, Valerie. Good morning. If you're going, oh God, and this system is doing this and it's not working, what do you think your whole entire team is going to do? Oh, well, we can't do anything because this system's not working. I mean, you don't want to do that. So a lot of you guys have said, good morning, Voa. A lot of you guys have said that, it's kind of hard to do this, and, we've been waiting for this, and, well, how come this site? Guys, don't do that. If you're the leader of the leaders, you're going to figure out how to get it done, right? So when you're doing the leader of the leader structure, this is kind of where we're going to start. This is where we're going to start with the foundation. So everybody's got their partners, right? Let's do a kind of a roll call check. Anybody that has not hooked up with their partner, Susan, I sent you VOAs last week, so let me know if you've got VOAs. I think you guys already probably have connected. And was there anybody else that didn't have their partner? Thanks, Brett. Yes, I did. I had a great weekend. Good morning. Okay, so everybody's good. Awesome, awesome. So Susan and Vo is working out. Awesome, very good. I love that. Good, awesome. Okay, so just so you guys know, Susan says that Vo has already helped her huge. They've already connected. See, this is what partners do. I mean, and they're checking in all the time with one another. All right, even if it's just for a couple of minutes. All right. All right. No, Val, I don't have all the mics open right now. Okay, so now that's one thing. Now, how many of you have identified how much time you're going to put into your company? Are you a hobbyist, full-time, part-time, career changer? Go ahead and type all that in. I want to hear from everybody on this one. And I'm going to call you out if you don't type it in. Okay, Susan's full-time, part-time. And it doesn't matter what it is. I just want to Preston's a career changer. Good job, Preston. You really are too. You're busting it, bud. Okay, part-time, full-time. Okay, so Dave, if you're running your own business also, would you put in part-time or hobbyist? Doesn't matter as long as you put numbers in. And the reason why I'm doing this is so I know how to drive the numbers this week. That's part of the reason why I'm asking. Part-time? Okay, cool. Let's see here. Anybody else not answered? Valerie, what's yours? Are you full-time, part-time? Let's see, Susan's full-time. Lane, what's yours? Glenn's full-time. All right, I think I got everybody in there. Voa, what are you? Like I need to ask, but Voa, what are you? Ryan's full-time. Okay, cool. All right, good deal. All right, so most of you are part-time, full-time, which is going to make these numbers really easy as we move forward this week. And what I want you guys to start to identify, and we're going to go through very specific ones tomorrow. I'm going to give you a few things that we're going to run over today, but it's when you're a hobbyist, you're part-time headed to full-time. Okay, cool. Which is just identify that you're part-time and that your ultimate goal in 90 days is to be able to switch to full-time, if that's what you want to do, Brett. Okay, so right now we're going to work on part-time numbers, because part-time numbers will drive enough to where you'll be able to at least have that extra, and then so you're not going to go, oh, I'm trying to put full-time effort in. Don't do that to yourself, because that's kind of how we trip ourselves up. At least it was for me. If you're part-time and you know you can put the part-time hours in, then go ahead and do that. Now, part-time hours are about 10 hours, maybe 15 hours a week if you're really pushing it, 20 hours a week. That's if you're really doing due diligent efforts on your stuff. Now you can really, the nice part is when it comes to sales numbers, if you know certain key elements, you can do 20 hours worth of work in 10 hours. You really can. And that was the one thing that when I learned that skill set, it was pretty crazy, because I was working hard at hardly working. Does that make sense? The shifting of the papers, you're like, gosh, I've been working at this all day long, but not if you're really identifying what is the money maker skills that you've got to do and the money maker tasks that you've got to do, you'll take that down to where you're really focusing probably 10, 15 hours a week instead of 20 to 30. So this is where identifying your numbers, and as we go through this week, this is going to help really. The time management piece is critical, because then you're not going to wear yourself out. Remember, last week we were talking about balance, so we really want to do that. All right, so in order to get your numbers really rolling, one of the things that we really need to identify are facts of the company. And the reason why we want the facts of the company is because without them, we start tripping ourselves up, and it actually takes longer to get through calls and presentations and things like that, as opposed to just knowing the facts and running through them. Have you ever watched somebody who's not quite comfortable with what they're saying, and they're not quite comfortable in their products that they're representing, and so they kind of stumble, and as soon as you ask them a question, they kind of tap dance backwards, and you can kind of feel that uncertainty? Well, what you want to identify is, Valerie, I do it too, it's okay. One of the things you want to identify is, do you know the facts of your company? All right. And because of and all you have to do is have like 10 facts. That's it. And they're hardcore, undisputable, not an opinion. An opinion is something that we should, everybody has opinions. You could tell me, what if I told you that Al Gore owns Smash Solutions? What would you guys tell me? Oh, I can't. I don't want to do anything. Al Gore owns Smash Solutions, What would you say? No, exactly. No. And why? Because the fact is that Jerry Ulrich owns Smash Solutions, right? There's just no doubt about it. So identify the facts of your company and identify a good 10 strong facts. Unless Jerry sold it over the weekend. Granted. Okay, yeah, you got me there. So with your top 10 facts, you're going to, it doesn't matter what they say. You can just go back to that. So if they said, oh, well, Al Gore owns Smash Solutions, you don't go into an argument with them. What you say is, I don't know about that. What I do know is that when I walked into the office last week, Jerry Ulrich was sitting at the helm at the desk. Or when I was on a call, Jerry was with the website. Jerry is the owner and the CEO. You see how you handle that? So it's not an argument's sake, because you can argue opinions all day long, and you will lose your client every time. But if you reach into your little arsenal and you grab out a fact that matches their opinion, you'll be able to squash it and move on through your presentation. Does that make sense? Anybody have any questions up to this point right now? Okay, so what are your top 10 facts? Susan, very good question. So when it comes to, and I'm going to ask you guys, because you've now identified yourselves as leaders of leaders, we're going to have the top 10 facts for the companies in Paid Easy. But right now, I want you guys to do the due diligence to find your own top 10 facts this week. That's going to be your homework for this week. because what I'm going to show you so you guys have an idea how to start it, but I want you to write your own 10 facts. And when you're doing this, what it does is it allows it's going to kind of force you to go through the sites. It's going to force you to kind of find the information you need. The other thing I want you guys to do is to go back in your head at past conversations that you've had. What has somebody hit you with? And as you're going through this week, I want you to write down objections, because Friday, that's what we're going over is objections. So if you guys do your homework and everybody gets themselves together, on Friday, we're going to go through objections. And I want you guys to write them down, because it doesn't matter. We'll be able to figure out a way to overcome them. All right? Am I talking about smash or doobly or both? Both. Whatever you're working. Some of you guys are working both, so I would suggest you do both. Sometimes some of you guys are only working one or the other, and some of you are working a completely different company. So it just depends on what you want to do. Okay? So, but if I told you I'm going to pay you $1 million for knowing the facts, you're going to figure it out, and you're going to figure out for everything you're working, right? Bottom line. Well, that's kind of what I'm giving you here. This is your foundation. This is your tool set. This is what you're going to, just figure it like a toolbox. What do you need inside that toolbox? So if something comes at you, if something breaks, if somebody asks a question, how are you going to be able to respond? All right? Okay, so let's take a look at doobly for just a minute. So if we're at doobly facts, can everybody see my screen? I just want to make sure that's coming up. Yes? And I also want to make sure everybody's got coffee and are awake and everybody good? Okay, thanks, Susan. All right, so with company facts, one of the things to identify is where somebody would go for information, right? So always identify a website, or identify where the corporate offices are, things like that. Where can someone go to research about a company? Because those are where all the facts sit. 90% of your facts will sit on whatever that website is, or a pamphlet, or something like that. So let's take, for instance, with doobly, we have the websites. There's more than one website, right? Well, if someone said to you, oh, well, I went to doobly and all I could find was stuff about stocks. I couldn't find anything that said to sign up to be a customer. They're on the wrong website. So the fact is that they're on the wrong website. They need to go over to doobly.com, not dooblyinc.com. How many guys know how many websites Doobly has? Let's find that part out. Some say 3. Okay, 2 people have got the right answer so far. Okay, good. Ah, yay! 4. There's 4 sites. Okay, so you have Doobly Network, Doobly.com, Doobly Partner, and Doobly-Inc.com. Most of you guys don't know about Doobly-Inc. This is the main on the company. So everything is umbrellaed under Doobly-Inc.com. Everything else gets umbrellaed under that. Here is where, this is the main corporate site. It's where all the news on Doobly, as far as the stocks are concerned. Somebody says, yeah, oh, Doobly's they're a flash in the pan. Well, they're publicly traded. There's some things that they have to go through in order to be publicly traded. Smash is going to be publicly traded here pretty quick too. So when somebody says that they're a scam and they're this and they're that, go, well, they are publicly traded, so you can go and research the investors' structure right there on online, OTC. That just stops that, right? That's what you get to pull out of there. It's also where you can find all of the umbrella pieces. Yeah, also SEC filing, right? SEC filing is going to, when you're looking at legitimacy, especially here in the United States, that's what you're looking for. That just kind of squashes it. As soon as you say it's publicly traded, everybody goes, oh, right? Squashes everything. So it doesn't matter. It also doesn't matter what happened 6 years ago. What it matters is what's happening today. That's a big deal, okay? So whatever we did yesterday doesn't matter. It was yesterday. Can't change it, can't fix it, can't do anything about it. That was yesterday. Today, this is where we sit. Today, these are the facts. That's how you, and you just kind of put it in yourself this way. Does that make sense? Doobly is 12 years old in June. Yeah, I know. Isn't that cool? Smash has been around almost 4 years. Isn't that cool? So these are the fun things that we get to start looking at. And once you guys start learning this piece, the conviction is crazy. I mean, somebody can say anything to you. It's like, those of you guys that have had, that have children, somebody says you've got a dumb kid, you will jump down that person's throat so fast. That's how you want to be able to have that kind of fire behind somebody when they come at you with their opinions. There's a difference between opinions and questions too. So opinions is what we're working on right now. So with Doobly.com is where the customer side of things is. So this is the world's most comprehensive online shopping, traveling, entertainment community out there, period. They go, oh, well, it's so expensive. Go, really? It's got a free membership. You want to work with a free membership? You sure can. Not a problem. Oh, well, you can only get it in Europe. No, we got worldwide shopping malls. Well, I mean, you have to shop through their stuff. Nope, you can shop directly from the store using the toolbar. You see how you understand the facts? So guys, when you're writing down your facts right now, this is where you're going to go. You're going to go through your websites and you're going to identify good, strong facts that when somebody asks you a question, that's what you're going to come back at, okay? I mean, VIP members, if you want to make a little even extra money on it, VIP members who refer VIP members, we pay you $20 cash. We give you $10 cash just to start, whether you do a free account or not. Let's go get you let's go get you $10. Get your free account. I'll show you how to download the bar. Let's get you started. See, you shoot all of that right out. Now, Doobly Network. Every one of you that are working with Doobly, you are a business associate with Doobly. You may also be a PPA with Doobly. And so if you are, that means that you are qualified to represent yourself as a Doobly business associate, and you are able to sign people into the company. Whether it's for another business associate or whether it's for the customer side, partners, you have to be a PPA in order to do the Angel program or the partner program, okay? But that's all found under DooblyNetwork.com. And then you go to DooblyPartner.com to be able to sign up partners. Now, under DooblyNetwork.com, everybody goes, well, I can't even find my commissions. Well, they may be in Doobly.com, so you've got to make sure they're in the right website. Right? So if you're thinking about it, this is your business, this is your office, this is your storefront, and this is the company franchise overview. If you really kind of just break it down into those three pieces, it makes it real simple. You can get your reports, your vouchers, you can get all the marketing material, you can get all your trainings, you can get everything in there. If we all jumped off and nobody did anything, you would still have everything you need right there, just off of this fax to be able to go to work. Right? Now, does anybody have any questions on this before I move forward? I want to make sure everybody's good. And just if you want, you can raise your hand if you have a question or anything like that. Everybody good so far? Is it making sense? So I want you guys to think about this for a second as I'm going to let you guys type in and everything. As you're moving forward, the fewer the facts, the stronger the opinion. So think about that for a minute. If somebody comes at you and the stronger their opinions are, if you have all you have to do is feed them with one or two facts. Now, their opinions will get stronger because people don't like to be wrong. That's okay. Stay with your few facts. And all you have to do is and this was the best sentence that was ever taught to me. I don't know about that. All I know is. Oh, well, Doobly's a scam. I don't know about that. All I know is I get my commissions when I request them, and they're publicly traded, so they're guided under the SEC. And stop Don't talk. Don't say anything else. You don't have to worry about anything else from there. Okay? So you guys are going to do a lot of you guys, is this document available? It will be in Paid Easy, but as a leader, you're going to go find your own. You're going to find your own facts right now. That's what we're going to do this week. All right? As a leader, you're going to do that part of it. Question, more about marketing materials within Doobly. They are not answering my specific questions. Is it like a canned response? Makes no sense to me. Preston, I'm not real sure what you're actually asking. Marketing materials for what's in the back of Doobly is, there's banners that you can use. As long as you're identifying yourself as an independent business owner, that's one of the things you want to make sure you're doing on any type of company. You want to identify that. So let's see here. So maybe, can we change what they have? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's one PowerPoint presentation. We're finishing up on a PowerPoint presentation we can hand off to you guys too. But there is a PowerPoint presentation, in my opinion, for myself, for my own pitch, is a little long. So I like them short and sweet. If I can run through them in about 5 or 6 slides, I'm good. So, but what you want to identify is that that didn't come from the company. You know what I mean? You can use their graphics and stuff like that, but as long as you're putting the independent business owner piece to it, that's what you want to make sure you're doing. Most people don't have the ability to redo everything and all that kind of stuff. Don't reinvent the wheel, guy. Just use what's there. I mean, you're not in a situation where if I told you everybody had to have their own independent PowerPoint right now, would that be a duplicatable structure? Look at your actions right now. If you are not a duplicatable person, stop doing it. You're going to kick your own business right in the teeth. One of the reasons why we're doing Paid Easy is so that you guys will have a duplicatable system. So all you have to do is point them, and we're good to go. But right now, your actions, if I told you, all you guys that are part-time, if I told you that you had to talk to 53 people a day, you tell me to go pound sand, right? It's not duplicatable. So keep it simple. Brett's got it. Yeah, use the KISS method. Because here's the other thing too, when you start talking to somebody who's brand spanking new, if you start going through all this stuff with them, you're going to shut them down. They're not going to know what to do. You've got no momentum that's going to go behind it. So be careful of what you're working on right now. All right. And the other thing is too, if you're working on stuff, instead of just grabbing what we've got available in the back office, or if you need something specific, let me know. But if you're grabbing that kind of stuff, you're wasting time being able to talk to people, and that's not going to build your momentum. So be careful of that too. All right. Okay. So the other thing you want to know, you want to make sure, know where the social media stuff is. That's a really cool fact point too, because social media is kind of the hub where everybody can talk to other people. It's kind of the water cooler place, for a lot of places, but it also shows that most people will identify that they're not trying to hide anything if they have a social media account. So that's part of it. But also you want to identify who the CEOs are, where did they start, how long have they been in business. There's all these different pieces that I want you guys to really look at when it comes to identifying your facts. You can't go wrong if it's a fact. Period. You just can't. So do your due diligence, go through your websites, and write down your facts. And just write down some 10 basic ones. If someone were to ask you a question, could you use one of those 10 facts? Then when we start talking, because tomorrow we're going to start actually talking to people, when we start talking through this week, you may have to re-look at your facts, and somebody may ask you a question that you don't have on your fact sheet. And that's okay. Because on that part of it, you're going to go, you know what? I don't know about that. Let me find out and I'll get back to you. It's totally okay not to know. The biggest sales guys I've ever seen are the ones that just start. because half the time they're like, I don't know, I don't know. They don't. They don't overcomplicate the structure. You don't have to know everything. So it's totally okay that you guys are just starting out and none of you guys know where the heck to go even to start your fact finding. Totally okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to go over here and make sure. Um, yeah. Yeah, here's a good question. I mean, this is an intro question, which we're going to go over tomorrow, Brett. But let's go ahead and talk about it anyway. One of the intro questions is, do you want to get cash back on things you already buy? I'll give you $10 to start, and you get a free account. That's a closing intro question. That's a closing question. But what I want you guys to identify yourselves right now, when we're ready to start talking tomorrow, and I'm going to give you guys numbers based off of what your hours that you're planning on working. You're going to have a certain amount of people that you are going to talk to every single day. And if you do it every single day, and you check in with your partner every single day, watch what happens in 90 days. It'll blow your mind. I've put this into practice over and over and over again. It has never failed. On different companies, different products, it doesn't matter. This really basic structure never fails. But you got to have your facts listed. So make sure you've got it done. All right, so all you have to do is go over to what your websites of your company and write down 10 basic facts. What are the products? What are your core products? If you have a company that's got a catalog, like Smash has got kind of a catalog of things. And what you want is core products. Core products that may not be easily for everybody to have. Smash has got the booster bar. Not everybody's got, well, actually nobody's got the booster bar, which is really cool. But, and so when somebody goes, oh, well, I do SEO. Well, good. How long does it take you to get a site up and running if you do SEO? Oh, well, good 6 months. If you guys want this document that I have right here that's up, just send me an email and I'll flip it to you. Not a problem. Okay? That'll help you guys get started. But I want you guys to think about these things, all right? And get the arsenal going. You will be bulletproof. All right. Let's see here. We're coming up at the top of the hour. Anybody have any questions? And here's the other thing to identify too, as you guys are writing in your questions, or if you do, or raise your hand if you want to. This one is from Lane. Lane, these are really cool questions. You dropped them in your Skype, so I stole them from you. There's a difference between an opinion and asking a question. So identify that too. Make sure you guys know that. And if you guys want this one, Lane, do you have a problem if I pass this out to everybody for the booster bar? Give me a yes or no on that one for me. What's a Smash booster bar? Well, somebody says, what's a Smash booster bar? Make sure you have a way to answer it. But you notice these aren't like paragraphs. They're one sentence. Keep it short. Keep it real simple. Oh, tell him that he doesn't get credit for showing up today. And I'm passing out his stuff anyway. That's what he gets. Okay. Why do we have why do you have to have a website? Why, what does the booster bar, what does it take to get it installed? Things like that. So I got him. So I want you guys to make sure that your frequently asked questions. Doobly has FAQs. Go find the FAQs. Learn them. You will learn so much about a company knowing the FAQs. Through those FAQs, you can actually write down 10 facts. And that's how I usually start, guys. Just those two things. No matter what company I'm with, no matter what I'm selling, I find out the FAQs and I put about 10, 15 facts together and I'm ready to go. You now have everything you need to make money, and you can do it probably within, 3-4 hours? And you're ready to go. You're ready to go make money. Everything else doesn't matter. So this is your homework to do today, because tomorrow we're going to put it all into place. All right? All right. What is the address for these recordings? Susan, they are going to go up. Right now, they're not up yet. We are putting together paid easy social media accounts right now, and they're going to go up on my YouTube account. They're going to be up on Paid Easy's YouTube account, and I believe they're going to go up on Jerry Ulrich's YouTube account to start. We're going to actually put a Daily Boost channel together for you guys, so you can go to any of those. All right. So we have a whole Paid Easy structure. Should be up and started today, possibly tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be able to announce to you tomorrow that it's up and going. Yeah, audio. Yeah, trouble with audio. No problem. Yeah, one of the big things we want to make sure you guys have got is the ability to get a hold of these. Google Drive training folder, honey. I don't know what that is, Brett. Susan, no problem. And I saw you and I'll be friends on Facebook. You guys, anybody who wants to be friends with me on social media, I hang out on Facebook a lot. I'm all over the place, actually. Just Google my name, and you'll find me. Susan found me. I'll accept your friendship today. Yeah, it's not as easy to get a hold of for people who don't have Google, Brett, so we're not going to do it like that. That's the only issue. But yeah. All right. You like my Facebook post? Yeah. Yesterday I got some fun ones. Yesterday was my niece's. We celebrated my niece's birthday, so she's 6. She's so cool. I love my nieces and nephews. All right, guys. Then I'm going to let everybody go. This is kind of where we're going to start this week. I just want to make sure everybody knows that, opinions, don't worry about it. Everybody's got them. Opinions do not affect facts, but facts should affect opinions, and do, if you're rational. That was Ricky Gervais that actually said that. Isn't that cool? I love Ricky Gervais. All right, guys, have a great day. I will see you all tomorrow morning. You're awesome. Great to see you here. Let's get the week started. See y'all online. Bye for now.